Do you know what's going on today? Do you know what's going on today?
No, why am I here and why is the bard here?
William Shakespeare said, "If you prick us, do we not bleed?" Please continue. Ponder on that and continue.
What?
Go to the next slide. Cullen Bunn, he wrote for Venom and Deadpool, said, "We're not getting out of this unscathed. You play with blades, someone's going to get cut. Sometimes everybody bleeds. I covered
You couldn't
bleeds."
fix the picture? Why did you... The fuck?
Listen, this is not going to be perfect. Do you understand what I'm saying, Joe? Do you understand what Cullen Bunn is saying?
That life is about getting hurt. You don't come out of it unscathed. But also,
Everybody,
that's not what that...
everybody bleeds. We all have that in common, Joe. Please go to the next slide.
Why couldn't you really just put it correctly? You know?
I don't know. I thought I did. I think maybe it nudged
Fuck.
it up because I put it off of the thing. But it doesn't matter. If a puppet is trying to look like it really truly is alive, and if you were to cut it, then they would bleed, then that's a creature. But a Muppet is different. They really are proper puppetry. Take that in, Joe. Think about that.
I'm going to delete this slide.
Take that
I'm
in.
going to delete this slide. No. Listen,
Just
Brian Henson's wrong here.
Absorb it. Brian
Is that even
Henson
Brian
is often
Henson?
wrong.
Is that Brian Henson?
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with Brian Henson is often wrong. Not a huge fan of his ideas all the time.
So creatures bleed and Muppets don't bleed.
Yes, thank you. That is, absorb that. We're going to use it today.
You're trying to tell me.
Next slide, please.
You're racist.
Next slide, please.
Is this just you explaining your racism?
We're going to get to that.
Is,
Next slide, please. Albert Einstein said reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. That one's in the right spot. You like that, Joe? You like that?
I do like it better.
Okay. Go to the next one.
Considering you are living in one right now.
An illusion?
Yes.
Jim Henson said, but with the Dark Crystal, instead of puppetry, we're trying to go toward a sense of realism, toward a reality of creatures that are actually alive, and we're mixing up puppetry and all kinds of other techniques. It's into the same bag as E.T. and Yoda, wherein you're trying to create something that people will actually believe. But it's not so much a symbol of the thing, but you're trying to do the thing itself. What have we learned here, Joe?
That you are doing what every single child and politician this day and age does now, and cutting up a bunch of quotes and misrepresenting them and saying them to try and get me to say something that is completely false. How much of this forced narrative are you willing to do? How much of this...
Muppets are not based in reality. They're fluffy little guys. They don't follow the laws of physics.
But the Dark Crystal is based in reality.
Yeah, it's meant to be. It's meant to
No,
replace
it's not.
A realistic thing. Go to the next slide. I think I fucked up. I might have put another quote that goes with this on the next slide. Go ahead. Go to the next slide. Yeah, this is supposed to go before Henson.
When you stop believing it,
it's okay. It applies there. Just, take it in. Go to the next slide. It's not man versus machine. It's man with machine versus man without. Data and intuition are like horse and rider. You don't try to outrun a horse. You ride it. That guy said that. He looks kind of like Mike Pence. Go to the next slide. He looks like
Not everybody is Mike Pence. Not every dude with white hair is Mike Pence.
It's white hair in that chin. Go to the next slide.
You told me to absorb it, but you're fucking forcing me to... All right. Like horse and rider. All right, whatever.
Look at that guy. In man-machine symbiosis, it is man who must adjust. The machines can't.
Right, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong, though.
Well, Alan Perlis said it either way. I'm not saying
that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong.
This is just
Machines are absolutely made to be adjusted and changed. The fuck are you on about?
Well, look at Alan Perlis. Does he look like he knows shit about machines?
Then why is he up here?
He's got a head like an egg.
You dumb fuck. You can't put Brian Henson in here again.
Brian Henson said animatronic creatures are much more lifelike and real. Animatronics.
That's not true.
A very perfect illusion. The Muppets are not asking the audience to believe that this is really happening. Instead, You're saying this is a show. These characters are to entertain you, but the Dark Crystal is there to trick you into believing that it really happened. Is what Brian Henson is saying.
Eric,
So.
here's you, right? Here's you. These are no. These are Muppets. Muppets. They're better and different and
No,
more
see, we're gonna
elite.
get to the next. We're gonna explain
Listen,
that
Eric,
because I've got a
Eric,
basis. It's
this
taxonomy,
is the most
dude.
anti-punk. Oh, it's taxonomy.
It's taxonomy, my guy.
This is the most anti-punk, pro-establishment, bourgeoisie bullshit I've ever seen from Muppets. Jesus
Go to the next
fucking
slide.
Christ! I'm gonna revoke every bit of card you have. You're just a capitalist pig.
We have a project to do here, Joe. Get on my side. Here.
No.
If you do not know the names of
force
things,
me to join your side.
If you do not know the names of things, the knowledge of them is lost too. You know who said that?
I know the names of things.
The father of taxonomy.
Minch Yoda, a Muppet. Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo. I forget their last name. They do have a last name.
You do not.
Yamato.
You do
Hamato.
not know Yoda well enough to call him by his first name. If you don't know that, this is listen. For the sake of this, we're going to be classifying whether things are creatures and Muppets.
No, we're not.
That is the goal here. So
you're trying to force your view of the world onto me. Your hate-filled, bigoted view of the world onto me.
For the sake of this project, you need to take those three things. If they're animatronic, go to the next slide.
Hey, look, this is a lie.
It's not a lie. It's the way that it is.
What's Big Bird?
The entire.
What's Big Bird? What's Big Bird?
That we're gonna get to that. But the entire. You gotta cooperate a little bit. Go to the next slide. You go to the next slide.
Muppets are representational, but creatures. You literally have a picture of a fucking frog and a fucking lion next to each other.
Look like a frog, dude. That's not like a frog.
He's clearly like a frog.
That's like a little, we're gonna discuss a lot of gray area here today. So don't worry.
If there's so much gray area that it's actually hard to distinct. You know what that means? It means they're the same fucking thing. You fucking racist
Fair point.
ass.
Fair point. Go to the next slide. We've got a couple more.
I can't compare apples to oranges. Why can't fruit be compared?
This is why I put so much lead in, is because you got to get this out of your system, and then we got to do some work.
No, fuck you. You think it's gonna stop? Do you think it's gonna stop?
Well, no, but you need to help me. You need
to
help
me
because
I don't need to help you. I don't need to help
you
because I will refuse to help you.
Read this. Read it to me, Joe.
Materials. A creature's materials replicate the look and feel of real life. Look at what you are just fucking. Look at what this says and what it's pointing to.
Yeah, look.
You understand how absurd that is, right?
That looks like if you cut it, it would bleed. That guy on the right looks like if you cut him, he would just be a bunch of fluff. You could cut both of them, but the guy on the right, he doesn't bleed.
Listen, I've seen puppets come, so if it comes, is it not real? If you stroke it, does it not come?
Avenue Q, is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Avenue Q, you saying they're not Muppets or they're not puppets?
That's not a
they're
Henson
not
production.
Puppets. Are you saying they're not puppets?
No, they're puppets, but there's a difference between a puppet and a Muppet.
Yeah, you're racist undertones. Now let's fucking.
What's next? Movement. Go ahead, Joe. Take it in. A creature. Oh, what the? Wait, there's the.
You think you're the driver here?
Go back. Go.
A creature moves based on actual anatomy with a range of motion that's limited by what looks and feels real, like Watto.
Watto's CGI.
He was. Oh, but CGI can't be Muppets?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a gray area, and we'll get to that maybe in part 2.
This is such bullshit. This fucking weird gray area ass motherfucker. Listen to him. Everyone,
we're going to do some work today.
I know
we're going to get this done.
No.
Go to the next one. There's one more category thing.
I don't know what you think the end goal of this is going to be. It's not going to be you changing my mind. It's going to be me being forced to go to my friend's house and listen to their bigoted uncle talk about how things were slightly better like 60 years ago and that, maybe we should have stayed in the South.
What? Go to the
You're
next
racist.
one. Go to the next one.
Realism. Oh, are you fucking shitting me?
That one on the left is a real guy. That one on the right is the funny little bull.
Oh, boy. Where did you find this shit?
From the Jim Henson website!
Oh, so Jim Henson is also propagating their racism. Cool.
You need to get on board with some of this for this to work. Go to the next slide.
It's not going to work. You're telling me to suspend my disbelief just so I can say you're right. No. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Go to the next slide.
Fuck you.
Go to the next slide. This is the Venn diagram I made. Look at that.
You made a Venn diagram.
This is the Venn diagram of
Why
the
is
Muppet
the Onceler in the middle?
Shut up! Muppets are on the left top. Creatures are on the top right. Henson TV is on the bottom left. And Henson produced movies are on the bottom right. We're not really going to get much into the classification of Henson TV and Henson movies. We're just going to be talking about, is this thing a Muppet? Is this a creature? You'll notice on the top right of the creature circle, the Henson children are there because they verifiably can bleed and are Henson creations. They were created in part by Jim Henson. So they have a spot there. That's what we're rolling with here.
Oh.
You want to know why the one slur is in the middle?
Yes.
So here's the thing. And here's the thing, is that the Wubulous world of Dr. Seuss is definitely Muppets, but that creates sort of a link.
Why is the Wubulous world of Dr. Seuss Muppets?
And they're just very Muppety, and it's created by Jim Henson, so it falls into that category. But the thing about
the Wubulous by Dr.
world,
Seuss.
Right, well, that's the thing. The thing about that being Muppets is that it creates a link to all Dr. Seuss creations. But I put the Freaky Lorax that everybody was obsessing over in the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat outside of the boundaries because for my sanity, I need them to be out there. But we may get into that discussion.
This is the most bigoted.
They're not invited. They're not invited. They're not invited. Okay, and we're gonna get into that a little bit today if we have time. We'll see. We'll see where we get. This is the way that the Henson world works.
Dinosaurs was in Henson TV though.
Yeah, I know. See, this
is the fucking objectively wrong.
This is where I need your help. The circles don't cut it. The circles don't cut it. I think I need to take the Henson TV circle and expand it over into the Henson creatures circle because you're right. Dinosaurs is Henson TV. The What is this? What's happening? Joe, what are you?
All right, sorry. Listen, you've cut us back where we are. Anyway, Eric, I'm gonna solve this for you right now. Okay, I'm gonna solve this for you right now. Okay? We take this Muppet thing. We take the Muppets and we take a pen, right? And we just put a giant circle around the entire thing.
You think that Alexander and the No Good, Terrible, Very Bad Day, whatever the fuck, is Muppets then, Joe? There needs to be a line drawn. There needs to be a line drawn.
Why does there need to be a line? Why? Why do there needs to be a line drawn?
All right. Well, listen.
Why?
Tell me why. Line we're not talking about.
Tell me why. We're not talking about the line.
We're talking about Muppets versus creatures today. We're going to have to classify every one of these things as either Muppet or creature. And the reason that the TV is down there is because there are things that are like Henson produced and they don't have as much of a hand in the direct
literally
production
Bear in the Big Blue House is TV.
I know, but I know.
What is like all of
the Venn diagram is flawed. I did this in like 10 minutes. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. We're getting started. We're getting started. Here we go.
Using it to prove a point, it doesn't work.
It's not a point. This is I need your help, Joe. I need your help.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's just Muppets.
It's beginning. The PowerPoint has begun.
This is the power. That was the precursor.
You can also you can also tell me if you would smash or pass. That can be part of this because I kind of want to know. But let's get into it. Come on.
I don't have any liquor. I finished it last night. Henson taxonomy: Muppets, creatures, and beyond.
Yeah, we're not gonna get too much into the Bed Bath &
Nate
Beyond. Nate Harrison.
Harrison.
Every one of these has 3 facts, so click up to the 3 facts.
Widow, basketball coach, has 4 daughters.
This one's sort of an easy one. Creature or Muppet?
That's a man. That's a man. That's just a man.
I feel like
That's a man.
obviously this is a creature. Well,
no, that's a man.
Because
You in fact said no. If we look at your fucking via your own shit, this I say he's a man because of my shit because he's literally just a dude. Via your own shit, they have to be kind of based in realism and try to pretend to be real. He's literally a person.
Well, so the pretend to be real comes from the fact that he is a TV character.
No, this is a man. Eric. This is a
All right.
man.
So you're saying man. I will vote creature. Now, smash or pass Nate Harrison.
He does got some baby blues, but I think I'm gonna pass on Mr. Nate Harrison.
All right, fine. Click to the next slide.
Your vote does not matter.
Click to the next slide. This will explain it a bit here. He's from the show Family Rules. It is a Henson produced. It's a Henson produced sitcom from the 90s. He's the dad. He's widowed and has 3 daughters, and I think that's his friend over there. He's a creature. He's a Henson creature. He's a Henson creation. He can bleed. He's not animatronic, but I feel like he doesn't need to have all 3. You know?
Oh, so we can just pick and choose what people have in order to describe. Oh, I guess so you can tell when someone's right or wrong via feeling.
I suppose human beings are, we've got electrical impulses that are making us do the things. That's basically what animatronics
Eric,
do.
I've got a quote for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to hold it. We're going to go to the next one. I've spent this entire PowerPoint being angry.
What does it mean?
I'm going to say I've spent this entire PowerPoint being angry.
Quote, Joe.
I'm going to move forward.
Good.
Big Bird.
You know about Big Bird.
I do. He sang Jim Henson's funeral.
Yeah. 3 facts about Big Bird.
Covered in real turkey feathers. Are they?
Yeah, that's what I'm told by the internet.
Identifies as a lark. Well, that's the biggest lark I've ever heard. 8 feet tall. Okay.
Now,
is there anything else?
Is Big Bird a Muppet or a creature?
What is your thought on this first?
Let's look at the facts.
Let's look at the facts.
Big Bird is not animatronic. There's a man operating all aspects of Big Bird at all times. He's in there, and they're moving his mouth. Big Bird does not... I feel like he kind of looks like he could bleed, which is where we sort of get into an issue here.
He looks like he can bleed.
Do you know for a fact have you cut Big Bird? Look up here, Joe. Get your focus back on the Muppets.
I'm so mad at you. I'm just so mad at you. Are you looking up
Big Bird? You better be looking up something about Big Bird.
All right, Eric. No, I'm waiting for you to explain your fucking case to me.
What was the third point? Oh, that they replaced something in reality. That's where I feel like he's definitely Muppety because no bird looks like that. He's like a silly Muppety bird.
Literally, ostriches exist.
Yeah, ostriches exist, but they're not 8 feet tall. You know?
Yeah. How tall are you even ostriches?
Like 7 feet tall with the neck.
Oh, all right. So via your own fucking rules, right?
How tall are
they live in reality. They live in reality, and that they don't try to pretend to make it anything else, right? Right.
Right.
So like we can't believe that Big Bird is a real creature with real feelings. It's funny that you use this picture specifically of Big Bird, him at Jim Henson's funeral. It's funny that when he came out to Jim Henson's funeral singing and then saying goodbye to Jim Henson, there wasn't a dry eye in that fucking room. That fucking stupid Muppet creature, whatever, bird, felt that. Isn't that a little too real for your world?
Whoa.
You're fucked. You're fucked.
Whoa. You know what? Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah. But
Fair
Muppet-ass motherfucker. This guy's a Muppet-ass motherfucker. Because
Wait,
they're all Muppets. They're all
You just made a case for the opposite!
No, because they're all Muppets. There's no Muppet or creature. They're all
I feel
Muppets.
like ostriches can grow to be 9 feet tall. So that also further...
Yeah.
That solidifies the case for creature Big
He's
Bird.
a Muppet. I
feel like he might be a creature now. You've changed my mind, Joe.
Oh, God. If
Thank
hell
you,
is
Joe.
forever, then heaven must be a lie.
I feel like he might be a creature. We already know that you smashed Big Bird, too. We did that in a different PowerPoint.
I know. He's a Muppet. Liberace's pet piano is a Muppet. We've seen this. We've seen this.
Yeah, and I brought Liberace's pet piano back because he's sort of got a gray area going on here because he's meant to replace something in the real world. You know? Like he's, you know what I mean? He's meant to replace Liberace's piano, right? Or no, I guess it's his pet piano. So it's his own thing. But it is very realistic. He wouldn't bleed because he's a piano. But he is very creature-like. You know?
He's a Muppet.
You think that Liberace's pet piano is a Muppet. He does appear exclusively on The Muppet Show, so... You know.
There's so many random ass fucking rules that you keep adding.
Like
you
what?
Understand this?
Like what?
He appeared exclusively on the Muppet Show.
Well, I didn't get into it in
so
the Venn diagram.
Oh, you didn't get into it in the Venn diagram.
But in the Venn diagram, it shows the holy triumvirate of Muppets. That's The Muppets, Fraggle Rock, and Sesame Street.
No.
No.
Fraggle Rock, in your definition, it should be creatures.
Dude, the title card of Fraggle Rock says featuring Jim Henson's Muppets every episode.
Oh, so you can just label whatever the fuck you want to be Muppets.
Jim Henson did it, and plus they're little floofy guys. Although I do see what you're getting at there, because the Fraggles exist like in the human world, but they're their own thing. You know?
But they're their own thing.
They're Fraggles.
Blank people exist in our perfect quiet world, but they have their own thing going on.
No, that's not what I mean.
That's what it's coming across as.
They're just
and the fact that
the
fact that you need to define it says a lot about your character.
They're just fluffy fun guys.
Eric, I'm gonna give you a quote. Now. I held back on the quote. I have the.
Is that what you were looking up? You needed to find the quote. What is it?
Are you ready?
Maybe. Let's see.
If hell is forever.
Oh, yeah.
Then heaven must be a lie. If angels can do whatever and remain in the sky, the rules are shades of gray when you don't do as you say, when you make the wretched suffer just to kill them again.
Is that me? Am I making...
You are making all of the puppets suffer because they're not Muppet enough for you.
I thought I was making you suffer.
And you are making me suffer.
Every time we do a Muppet,
the rules being literal shades of gray. But the rules being literal shades of gray and are just being controlled by whoever is quote unquote in charge, aka you. This is bad. Bad luck.
Yeah, but I'm pulling the strings today, buddy. I'm in charge of the Muppet world.
Oh, are you? Are you? Are you the one pulling the strings?
For the next couple of minutes, yeah.
What is this then?
Where
pull
we
the
go
strings,
next
God. Pull the strings. If you prick us, do we not bleed? I'm gonna prick you.
Been all the way back to Billy Shakes? Come on.
I went back to the Bard, yeah. Don't say come on. You're not in charge here.
I know about Billy.
Shigeru Miyamoto, I swear to God.
All right, Shigeru Miyamoto. 3 facts, not 4. 3 facts. Only Liberace's. Well, you
Okay, we
saw
have
it.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
It's over now. You know.
Yeah, this is a man. This is a
Uh huh.
man.
Uh huh.
This is a puppet. A
Yeah.
Muppet version of Shigeru Miyamoto.
So he is a Muppet.
No, there's two different things.
You
You
ruined
never
the
met it.
reveal. You ruined the reveal of
Yeah,
Shigeru Miyamoto by moving too far ahead.
yeah,
I was ready to make you so angry.
but it's not because that's just a different version of him.
That's a Muppet. That's
I've
an
met
official
Muppet
Jim Henson
Prince, and
creation.
I've met Muppet Prince, and I've met Man Prince. Both
Yeah,
can exist,
that's true. That's fair.
Eric.
That's fair. There is a distinction between real Miyamoto and Muppet Miyamoto. But Shigeru Miyamoto is a Muppet. Just like
No,
Prince is a Muppet.
Shigeru Miyamoto is a person, and then Shigeru Miyamoto is a Muppet.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to
That's what I'm saying.
understand. No,
No,
you're
that's what I'm
saying
saying.
you're saying Shigeru Miyamoto is a Muppet and a man. No, I'm
Yeah.
saying Shigeru Miyamoto is a man, and Shigeru Miyamoto is a puppet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say too. That we're on the same page
I
here.
know
Shigeru
it's hard
Miyamoto.
for you to learn how to distinct and treat things the same,
We're on
but
the same page. Shigeru
mm,
Miyamoto is a Muppet,
mm,
but Shigeru
mm,
Miyamoto is a man. Prince is a Muppet, but Prince is a man. I'm
there you go.
100% in agreement with you here.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that we are taking the right steps with you.
Go
You
to the
see, you
next one.
think this slide is about you trying to convince me? No, it's time. Wembley.
I'm mad that you Miyamoto'd too
He
hard.
he he looks so anxious.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Youngest of the Fraggle group, allergic to laundry lint. How is that? Okay. Loves to play the
It's
bongos.
not good for where they live. Now, we already started discussing Fraggle Rock, and we touch on Fraggle Rock a bit today here.
Uh-huh.
Is Wembley a Muppet?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, go back to Shigeru
clearly.
Miyamoto. Go back. Go back to the Muppet Miyamoto. Smash or pass?
Oh, pass.
All right, keep going. What
Miyamoto's a weird dude, man.
do you
I
mean?
don't know. If he retains any of the likeness or eccentricities of Shigeru Miyamoto, no.
All right, fair. And he does, I think. Is
Mm-hmm.
Wembley a Muppet?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. See?
Oh, you think
We
he's
agree.
a Muppet? You think he's a
Yeah.
Muppet?
Yeah.
Eric, he seems to represent anxiousness.
Yeah, that's not a that's a nebulous
Representation
concept.
is a nebulous concept, yes. He seems to represent anxiousness, and he does exist in a world where humans also exist, and they have to do their best to. I think they're trying to live with the humans, not hide from them, right?
Well, no, they're trying to
I
hide
didn't
from them.
watch. Okay, yeah.
At
Yeah.
the end of the show, the guy learns of the existence of the Fraggles,
Mm,
and
I didn't watch Fraggles.
um it's fine. They sing a lot. um I like Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
But
A
yeah,
love
he's
for
a Muppet.
music would indicate someone who is a Muppet, actually. Yeah, okay. Uncle
Yeah.
Traveling Matt. I don't like that pose. He's clearly in the real world.
Yeah, so you know.
He's a Muppet,
Yeah.
but he is, in fact, also in the real world.
Yeah, because he travels outside of the rock, and his whole thing is he goes to like different places, and he's like, "Oh, this is a funny machine that does a thing that I don't understand," you know. Um, but the Muppets also the Muppets like the troupe, the traveling entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
They also exist in the real world with people because like
Oh,
Steve
really?
Martin
They
has touched
do.
them.
They do. They exist in the real world, don't
So,
they,
but they
Eric?
don't. But they don't replace a thing, and they definitely don't bleed. Like Uncle Traveling Matt, if you stabbed him, he'd be fine.
No, I'm pretty sure that fucker would bleed.
Bleed what? What does Uncle Traveling Matt bleed?
Muppet blood.
What does that look like?
I don't know. They don't show that on the kids' TV, Eric.
See, that's what I'm saying though. He would bleed Muppet blood, which would be like stuffing.
It's
'Cause
blood. It's blood. He's
he's a
just
fun
gonna
little
bleed.
guy. No, no.
Yeah. Eric,
The
I
blood.
feel like they replaced a traveling troupe of entertainers is what the Muppets replaced. I feel like they replaced several time slots on different television shows is what I think they replaced.
It also
I
has to
feel
do
like
with.
I
It
feel
also
like
has.
your imaginary gray lines of nebulous bullshit mean nothing in this
It also
world.
has to do with like what they can survive, because like you can launch Gonzo out of a cannon into a wall and he'll be fine. He's like a
You can
silly.
do
He
that.
doesn't abide by the laws of physics.
A lot of
Death.
things can survive random shit by not abiding
If
the
you
laws of
launched
physics.
Kira from the Dark Crystal out of a cannon, she'd die. She'd
I don't
fucking
know. She'd
explode
grow
into
wings
goo.
and fly is what I think she would happen. Doc, that's a man. Man and his dog. A man and his dog is what I see. Do you
So
have
what?
anything? That's a man.
No, I think
I
he's a
say
creature.
a man and his dog. No. Once
Doc is a
again,
fictional. Doc is a fictional character meant to represent something that really exists. A man named Doc. He's got likes and dislikes, like
by
Miss Schimmelfinney
your
and Betty Arnett.
laws, by your laws, by your rules,
Yeah.
your rules, no one
Uh-huh.
else's rules, by the way,
Uh-huh.
they're yours.
Yeah.
Every single character in a fictional show portrayed by a human is a creature.
Only if it's created by the Henson Company.
You're fucked, dumb, stupid. Luna is an eldritch being.
Right? I feel like the reason I included Luna on here specifically is because Luna kind of sketched me out. Luna was like the first time when I was putting that Venn diagram together, I was like, what the fuck is Luna? You know?
Well, clearly a Muppet and clearly a Smash. I don't know what else you want from me.
She's got that soothing voice.
Listen, me and Sokka are going to have one thing in common. Oh, we have two things in common. But we're both going to smash them.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
Bear
You really
is a Muppet.
you really think
Go
Luna's
on.
a Muppet? I
Yeah.
guess it's only puppet. It just freaks me out.
See? Oh, it freaks you out. At least, we're getting there. Eric, I'm glad you're finally admitting it. That
What?
the fact that they freak you out is the reason why you're trying to exclude
Well,
them
a
from
lot
being
of
Muppets.
Henson things freak me out. My
Mm-hmm.
childhood is just peppered with Henson based trauma. You know?
Bear attended Hazelnut High, voted most likely to Cha Cha, and loves to smell people. Yeah, he's a little weird.
Yeah, he's a little weird. Bear's a little weird. I used to love Bear in the Big Blue House though when I was a kid. I watched it all the time.
He is a Muppet, but Eric, he also just looks like a creature. Unlike,
I know,
like
right?
quite literally,
I know,
He
right?
will blur your lines. It's like Muppets are just Muppets, and you should just settle the fuck down or something.
Like, I feel like if Bear was like, give me a big hug, and then you had a knife and you stabbed him in the back as he was hugging you, he would bleed.
I also feel like those eyebrows can turn angry.
they do the thing where they like turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Just
could.
saying, he's a bear.
But he also has like weird man hands.
That's a pretty accurate bear. I'm not gonna lie though.
I know it really is. That's the thing about this. Is that it really is a very accurate bear. But he also is not animatronic. He's fully human puppeted. Like his face and everything. Yeah. Like the eyebrows and stuff, it's not animatronic. And there is a man in that suit. Which is weird. I mean, everything that we've learned so far tells me that this is a creature, though, because he's meant to be a bear.
Eric,
but
stop
he lives
putting
in
them in boxes. He's a
but
Muppet.
he lives in a silly little
They're
world.
just all Muppets, or they're people. They're just men.
I love how this started, and I was like, you got to get on my side a little bit, and now I'm slowly getting more confused.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. We're getting hard. Listen, I know there's a lot of revelations here. Let's get through two more, and then I'll let you sit with it, and then I'll come back and revisit this. Okay?
And we got a lot more to do even in this one slideshow. And I
Sid
got
the
more
science
to go
kid. I don't like this.
through.
An inquisitive kid loves science and a supportive friend. So you have also brought a CGI man here.
Yes.
A CGI child.
Yes.
This is a kid.
But if you see up at the top of the logo there on the right, it does say Jim Henson's Sid the Science Kid.
But this is a kid.
Yeah. But he's very Muppety. But
I
he's
mean,
CGI.
that's the world he lives in. Unless he is... They're called Muppets. Right?
No, see, and this is the thing.
Does he meet Big Bird or Bert and Ernie? Does he meet Kermit?
No. I don't think
Because
so.
I could see this kid existing in that world.
Right.
And
That's
then
the thing.
having adventures. But if he's
Yeah.
not explicitly in that world with those guys, then he's just a guy. He's just a guy, man. He's just a kid.
No,
He's just
I
a kid.
feel like
He's just a supportive friend who loves science.
he
We
is
have
a
to?
Henson creation.
We have
to at least adhere to that rule.
No,
he's not just a guy. I feel
he
like
is. He's just a man. He's just a kid. He's just a boy.
he's just a chid.
He's just a kid.
You're creating a whole new classification. Is that like some sort of super kid?
That kid's a guy. I mean, I think it's pretty super that he's a supportive friend who loves science.
I know. He's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's really fucking annoying. Have you ever watched Sid the Science Kid?
No, why the fuck would I? I'm an adult. Like, I'm a full-ass adult.
Fair. Me too, but I have seen Sid the Science... Well, I have a kid, actually. So, fuck you. Actually, but that's not the reason that I watched Sid the Science Kid.
That's not the reason why you watched it. I knew that wasn't. So, like, what the fuck?
But I used that as my excuse.
Yeah, okay. He's a kid.
See, in the Venn diagram, he would fall under Henson-produced TV.
Eric, I need you to realize that Venn diagram is just on a page. And that page is the Muppets. And that's all it is. But also, some of those things just don't belong on that page. Because, for some reason, you just have people on that page. And it needs to stop.
Like the Family Ties people. And the Henson children.
We'll get there.
They belong there.
We'll get there, everybody.
They belong there. By the way, go back. Smash it past Bear.
Oh, I would smash the fuck out of Bear. He looks so soft. Are you kidding me? Kidding me? Do you not like to smell your partner during?
Jesus Christ. He always gets right up in your face. He's like, hey, let me smell you. He scares me a little.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, this is a child. Nothing is happening to the child.
Did I ask? Did I ask?
I
not this time.
The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, we do have several slides. We'll get through the Dr. Seuss part here, and then we'll call it. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll
okay.
do more. We got more ground to cover.
The Cat in the Hat loves to have fun, wrecks the whole house. His catchphrase is, "I know that is funny, and I like it a lot." I mean, this is just a drawing of Dr. Seuss's Cat in the Hat. This is not anything to do with Jim Henson. This is not a person. This is not a puppet. This is not a Muppet. This is a drawing of a character.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So why the fuck is it on this fucking slide if we're all supposed to...
Why don't you go to the next slide, Joe?
The Wobulous World of Dr.
Oh! I got you! He's a Muppet!
See, once again, I'm going to do that thing. There is the Cat in the Hat. And then there is the Cat in the Hat.
What about the third Cat in the Hat, the Mike Myers cat?
That is a Cat in the Hat. Do you have to explain multiverse theory to you too?
Three
see,
cats
there's an infinite
in the
amount.
hat.
There can be multiple cats in the hat. In fact, that could just be that's a very obvious, honestly, pretty regular name.
When you
it's like
pluralize
Joe.
Cat,
it's like Joe.
When you pluralize Cat in the Hat, do you pluralize hats as well because they're different hats?
Say cats in their hats is what
like
you say.
mothers-in-law.
Cats in their hats.
Different laws.
Cats in their hats.
Cats in their respective hats. When you're discussing cats in their respective hats, you have the Muppet Cat in the Hat.
Yeah,
he does exist. But this
Well,
does create a tie.
I thought Mike Myers was. I thought he was going to show up right next. Honestly, you have the
No,
Grinch right here.
I'm not dealing with that today. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Smash or pass the Muppet Cat in the Hat?
Pass. It's a cat. I'm allergic.
Yeah, fair.
How much further do you want to go?
There's several more. We've got a few more. Don't worry about it.
All right. It's the Grinch.
Uh-huh.
The Grinch. The Grinch. The Grinch. Hates the Who's, steals the Zubble egg, and has a dog named Max. Well, clearly this is a version of the Grinch that is a Muppet. Clearly, this is a Muppet.
But he's not a creature. I feel like this is 100% clear. This is as clear as we've gotten. That's a Muppet. There's no creaturey things. He does not bleed.
I would say he is a creature. Like,
well, he's like a creature in the sense that he's like personality-wise a bit of a creature, but
no. I think once again you came at me trying to distinct something, and you thought this was going to be a hard boom distinction. Nah.
Yeah, the Grinch. That's fair. That's fair.
But he is a Muppet and a pass. He just, he'd be overly affectionate afterwards because he finally found. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I can see that. You'd be
good.
like,
and also,
that was fun, and he wouldn't leave.
Also, stench. Listen, let's be honest. Hygiene's important, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
The Lord...
Is that a Muppet show? Is that a Muppet?
I hate it. I hate it. Ugh. Why is it got such dead eyes? The third picture looks like a horror movie. Man, I've been thinking about playing Poppy's Playtime, but I think I'm going to be too scared to play that video game.
You got 3 facts for the Lorax.
Oh, I do? Speaks for the trees, lives in a stump, lifted himself by the seat. He doesn't have pants.
He does, dude. That's canonical. The
Where
Lorax
are
is
they?
wearing pants. They're just skin toned. Okay?
This was a Muppet? This was a Muppet created
Well, you tell me. What do you think?
When did this thing appear? Does this thing ever do anything?
It does a whole song and a dance.
It does?
Yeah.
This thing specifically.
Yeah, for like an hour and a half.
It's a Muppet, but it scares the shit out of me. I'm not okay. Can we leave? Can we go?
I think this is the last one, but we've got one more slide because we're gonna talk about it. We'll stop here for today, and we'll pick it back up where we left off.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. That's the vibe I got.
Voices. So I speak for them myself.
The trees have no voices, therefore I am here. The forest calls for vengeance. It's the same picture.
It's not a Muppet. It's from
the stage. This was on stage.
Yeah.
I see it like coming out of the stump and then
yeah, like Samara from the well.
Yeah, like just a bunch of every single. Oh, is it? Is this over? Am I done?
Yeah, you don't have to. Well, we can see who's up next, maybe, and then we'll call it. But this is not a Muppet. It's a
the
musical.
Lorax. Let's finish the Lorax, I guess. This is just the drawing of the Lorax. This is just drawing. This is the Lorax speaks for the trees, lives in a stump, lifted himself by the seat of the pants. I don't see any pants, but okay, all right. You can't pick yourself up by your bootstraps all the time, though, Lorax. You need to understand that. Not a Muppet. Clearly a drawing.
Yeah.
This
So,
is
but
fine.
here's the thing about this, and what we will end on for the day, is that the Lorax, I don't think, ever shows up in the Wubbulous world of Dr. Seuss, but the existence of the Wubbulous world of Dr. Seuss implies that the Lorax is somewhere because he's a
Not
Dr. Seuss
really.
creation.
Not. I don't think. I don't take into the fact that everything exists in the Doctor Sue universe as one Sooniverse.
Okay. See, I was thinking
Multiple
that way.
multiple verses.
I was thinking because that exists, the Lorax and fucking Daisy Head Maisie is somewhere out there, Muppet form. But maybe
Because
I'm
I've
wrong.
seen different Who's down in different Whovilles several times throughout my life.
Yeah, and in other Who houses. Yeah,
And other Who houses.
yeah.
And one
It's
of them
rough.
really wanted to fuck the Grinch when she was a child.
What? Oh, the
And
live
that
action
Who
one.
gets a smash.
Yeah, yeah. The Christine Baranski Who.
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely. If I was given the chance to this day still.
Smash.
Smash.
All right,
All
let's
right.
see what's next. Just pull up the title.
We have others. Like, this is long. You understand that
Oh,
this
yeah.
is over 40 minutes?
Oh yeah.
I'm breaking this up right now. Guys,
Oh yeah.
I can't let him do this. Thank you for
And I'm
spending
not
some
even
of your
done.
time with us, I guess. We're going to continue this later. Goodbye.
Bye.